Oh.
Now, here are the starters for both teams. First for Fullerton College. Number 3, Caleb Case. Number 7, Carly Ortega. Number 8, Amanda Henderson. Number 10, Lauren Schaefer. Number 12, Andrea Lopez.
Warren.
Number 14. And they are led by head coach Diane Lenny. And now, the starters for your Golden West Wrestlers. Number 6, Mia Love. Number 7, Jennifer Webb. Number 8, Holly Hennessy. Number 9, Hudson Owen. Number 11, Amanda. Number 12, Miranda Lozano. And number 18, Nicole. Now, at this time, we'd like to honor our sophomores. Tonight, we will honor 2 wrestlers who are playing in the final regular season full match this evening. Please welcome our sophomores as they are honored for their commitment, dedication, and determination to the Golden West College volleyball program. They will be joined on the court by head coach Bill Lawler and assistant coaches Kevin Gray and Mike Thompson. This time, we'd like to honor Nicole Power. She is a graduate from Schaefer. She has contributed to the success of the wrestlers as a middle blocker and opposite hitter. Nicole also serves as captain for the team. Nicole has been a positive force for the Western volleyball team for 2 seasons, and her work ethic, commitment, and dedication to the Western volleyball program are now we will certainly miss her presence. Nicole is joined tonight by her mom, Tilo, and her boyfriend, Ryan, and sister, Kiona. Next, we have Holly Hennessy. 2017 graduate from Marina High School. Holly has contributed to the success of the wrestlers as an outside hitter. Holly was a member of the 2018 Conference Championship Beach team. She has made tremendous contributions to the program both on and off the court. Golden West College appreciates Holly's work ethic, love for the sport, and dedication to the wrestler volleyball program. She will be missed. Holly is accompanied tonight by her dad, Scott, and her mom, Lisa. Thank you, sophomores. Well done. Golden West will miss you.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to talk. Sophomore night here from Golden West College, and 3 sophomores on this Golden West team getting a little bit of love from the family and friends, their closest loved ones out there, to support them and honor them, as this is the final regular season match for Golden West. 3 of those sophomores, they are Nicole Powers, Holly Hennessy, and rounding out the third is Jennifer Pham. So a very young team for head coach Bill Lawler, but these sophomores have played such a big part in how far this team has come along, and it's going to be paramount that they do a lot of good things offensively and defensively and carry a lot of the weight if they want to take down a very tough Hornets team. Fullerton College. These two teams played back earlier in the year in Fullerton, and the Hornets won in straight sets. So the difference for Golden West is they have a winning streak. They have not had a winning streak all year. The Hornets have a 3-match winning streak, and had a chance to talk to Rustlers head coach Bill Lawler before the game, and I asked him sort of what are his keys to winning this match at home, and he said, look, it all comes down to playing consistently, low errors, and being able to receive the serve and force the other team out of system, and then when they are out of system, be able to capitalize on the other side of the net offensively and really impose your will in that way. But yeah, it has been a tough year for Bill Lawler. He has had nothing worse than a 500 record in every year he has been a part of this program. Things have not gone his way this year. He is just 6-14, which puts them in 7th place in the conference standings out of 9 teams. Fullerton is sitting in 4th. They are 14-7 overall, 9-6 in conference play. Their head coach is Megan Glennie, and we will talk more about her experiences, not just in the indoor game, but playing on the sand as well. And Mia Lara will get us started from the service line, the 5'7" libero, who has been playing some center role this year, so we might see her in different roles here as they work it into the middle. That one is scooped up nicely by the sophomore and Holly Hennessy as Madison Holmes sends the free ball back to the Hornets side. Amanda Henderson, who was 2nd in the conference in kills per set, elevating from the outside and strikes it for the kill. Well, Amanda Henderson has been nothing short of sensational for this Hornets team. Just a freshman, 5'10", out of Lakewood, California. She's sitting 239 on the year. Bump set to Nicole Powers, and she flails away, and that one sails just long past the baseline. Nicole Powers has seen her offense and her productivity, her efficiency improve of late. She had 7 kills the other day against Saddleback. No attacking errors on 37 tries. They fed her the ball a lot. Outside set to Powers. She doesn't get it cleanly, and it's picked up by Schaefer. Now Henderson going half speed, and this one will be returned. Back row set to Holly Hennessy, rattling around and finally returned to the Rustlers side. They go inside. That one can't find the floor from Amanda Lara. Shot going in as Miranda Lizama was closest to that ball and was unable to make a play. So it's 3-0 in the opening stages of this first set. Glad to have you with us. Orange Empire Conference action. They serve at Holly Hennessy. Outside set to Powers, and she is dug in area 6. They go down the line to Schaefer, touching it, but it goes wide. There was no touch on the Rustler side. So aside, putting our score 1-3 with Madison Holmes at the service line. The 5'9" outside hitter. There is Henderson just muscling one from off the net. And she does register the kill, her 2nd in this opening game. And has so much zip on that arm swing. It's so hard to return, and obviously drew a touch on the Rustlers side. Serve going into area 6. Madison Holmes with a look from the back row. Working it into the middle. That shot is dug. Touched over by Powers on 2 hands. And there is Lopez. change of pace, and it spills in a vulnerable spot on the defense for a kill. Well, the aces have been picking up for this Rustlers team, and you could say the same thing on the other side of the net. But when you think about where this conference is, everybody is looking up to Irvine Valley College. 14-0 in league play. They won the state championship last year, and they are looking all the part this year. 18-0 is their overall record. No one has had any luck trying to beat them as Lizama looks to slap it across. Middle set. And that will be a kill registered to the Hornets as Samaria Longstreet coming down with the put away. 5'11" opposite. Also plays at the middle blocker position out of Lakewood, California. Henderson now will retreat back to the service line. It will be 6 serving 2. Henderson in the team's last match, which was a win against Riverside, 22 kills, 11 hitting errors on 58 tries. She got the ball a lot and hit 190 in that game. Outside to Hennessy, and she's able to work it off the edge of the block for the point and the side as Nicole Powers will strut her way back to the baseline, and the 6-foot opposite out of Cypress, California will send it into area 6. Set to the outside, and Schaefer is able to put it down right in front of a diving Lizama for the kill. And that puts the score in this opening game to 7-3, prompting a timeout by head coach Bill Lawler and Golden West. Down by 4. We will step aside for just a moment. Stay with us here as it is opening play in the first game between the Hornets and the Rustlers. Lauren Schaefer coming out of the timeout will step back to the baseline looking to serve. Schaefer, a 5'9" sophomore out of Yorba Linda, averaging .39 aces per set. Slaps it across, causing all sorts of chaos on the Rustler side. They're unable to return it, so an ace dealt by the Yorba Linda native, who seems to play her best volleyball against Golden West. She had 13 kills, which was a season high in their first matchup earlier in the year. And a smash down coming from the Rustler side, able to provide a point for Golden West. But Schaefer really revels in the opportunity to play Golden West. As we mentioned, 13 kills, hit 500 in that last matchup, which was the best hitting percentage she has had all year. Here comes the serve from Hennessy, out of Huntington Beach. Really zipped it in there, and it will be sent over free ball style right to Madison Holmes, or rather Hennessy, I beg your pardon, and that one going out of bounds wide, and a point for the Hornets. The Hornets are hitting collectively coming into this match 199 on the year. To the perimeter, and Holmes gets rebuked on the outside. What a play there. You had a number of Hornets up there. Kaylin Case, the setter, was right there. And so was Kendall Campos. Longstreet the serve. Off the platform of Lizama, and that will be credited as an ace, as Bill Lawler will entertain his second timeout. No more timeouts for him in this first set. It is 11-4, and we'll hang here with you as we look at the standings. So you've got Irvine Valley comfortably in first place, 14-0, and then right below them is Orange Coast, and they are tied with Cypress at 11-4 in conference play. Orange Coast, though, does have the better overall record, 20-5, and Cypress 16-8. Now, Golden West just coming back from a 4-match road trip. Their last loss came to Cypress. It was a 3-set defeat. Golden West really struggled from the service line. They have since really improved that area of their game, but against Cypress, just 1 ace, 7 service errors. The team hit .062 in the match and had 12 assists for the whole match, and that's not a great number. And part of that is due to the lack of having Sophia Peterson, who has been their mainstay at the center position. She has been injured the last couple of weeks, suffered an ankle sprain. She is cleared to play. We have yet to see her on the floor tonight, but she is cleared to play as of this afternoon. One-hand dig by Hennessy and popped over. What a play defensively for the Rustlers. Holmes gets the second contact, and Lizama trying to chase that one down and was unable to get there in time. So the lead has grown to 8. Fullerton coming in with a 3-match winning streak. They beat Riverside last out, and then before that they took down Cypress. It went 5 sets. It was a thriller. And that will be a kill to Jennifer Juarez, who got a piece and a touch on the Hornet side, and now Juarez will step back. She has really picked up her game defensively lately. 6 solo blocks over the last 3 matches, and Lopez fires one away off the block, and it trickles down on the Rustler side for a Hornet point. Fullerton is averaging 2.21 aces per set, which is 3rd best in the conference, and that serve, though, not going to help that average. Kaylin Case catches the net on that offering. Case has come into this match with 8 straight matches with at least 1 ace. She will pass it to Henderson. Lizama with the dig, and they're going to call her for a double contact as she was sprawled out on her knees trying to make a play, but unable to avoid the violation. So it is 14-6. Andrea Lopez, the sophomore, begins her windup from the service line. Goes at Holmes, powers the bump set. Back row look for Hennessy. She is dug by Ortega. Outside Schaefer. She can't find the floor, and there is Holmes putting an end to that rally, and a point as that one stayed in bounds in the back row, and Lopez unable to get there. So it's 7 serving 14. Here comes Holmes, averaging 1.91 kills per set, and there's a kill for Case, who averages 1.21 kills per set. Samaria Longstreet will check back into the front row, and exiting is Holly Call, the 5'9" freshman out of Orange, California. Pass to the perimeter, and it's Hennessy working it off the Hornets block. A wise move by the sophomore. Had a chance to speak with her before this match, and I was asking her about what she thought the cause was of this team's 2-match winning streak. And she said, look, we knew we had a tough go of things. That losing streak really started to hurt. And she said, as a team collectively, we needed to change something as Henderson comes away with the kill from the outside, and she will now go back to serve. But she said from practice, there was this change of focus where we got a little bit more aggressive from the service line. She also thought that having more experience with some of these younger players, again, there are only 3 sophomores on this team, and that really helped their case as well as they come in with back-to-back wins. Nicole Powers unloading, and she records the put down. And here we will find Sophia Peterson checking in for the first time. It has been a few weeks since she has seen the floor, and she will let it fly from the service line. Going to Lopez down the line. On 2 was Case, and Peterson was right there to guard the dump on the outside. Hennessy. 4 hits called on the Rustler side. And the Hornets, their lead increases to 8. 17 serving 9. Interesting tidbit about their head coach in Megan Glennie. She started her college volleyball career playing indoors at California Baptist. Past the Longstreet, and she finds the floor there. Going change of pace. But for Glennie, she also had this love for sand volleyball. So going into her 4th year in college, she started playing sand tournaments as the Rustlers come away with another point, and this will be Holly Hennessy back at the line. She got so good at sand volleyball that the coaches from Grand Canyon University thought, hey, Coach Megan, what do you think about coming and playing on our sand volleyball team? Well, she didn't quite understand, because eligibility from that standpoint, as the Hornets come down with the kill, she had played or was going to play 4 years at California Baptist. So how in the world does she have the eligibility to play Grand Canyon? Well, she went to Grand Canyon her senior year, got to play, because that is obviously in the spring season, the sand. And so senior year started out at California Baptist in the fall, playing indoor. Played that senior year at Grand Canyon in the spring on their sand volleyball team, and then played 1 more year as a grad transfer and got her master's there. So she played 4 years of indoor, 2 years of sand volleyball. Incredible love for the sport as Juarez knocks it over. Case outside to Lopez, and there was Juarez in area 5. High ball right to Holmes, and she is able to thread it through that block. It was standing firm near the pin. Lead shrinks to 8 as Juarez serves at Lopez. Case, back row set a little bit botched, going at Henderson. It will be returned as Holmes, though, gets stood up. You had Case right there, and you had Holly Call getting most of that one. The freshman out of Orange, 5'9", raising above the net and making the stop, which puts it 21-12 in this opening game. Just a reminder, these teams have already played this year. That happened back at Fullerton, and it was not a great effort from Golden West. This team has since improved a lot. They lost in 3 sets in that first meeting. Holmes again going right into the double block, but this time she's able to tool it off the block, and credit her for the kill. Henderson was trying to close the seam on that block, and a wise shot on the Rustler side. Mia Laura now will check in and make her way back to the baseline. Serves to Henderson. Case goes behind the head to Lopez. Lizama was there down the line, did not get a great touch on it or contact, and Holmes was not able to get a good break on it and get on that second contact. Couple changes for the Hornets. Lauren Schaefer returns into the front row for head coach Megan Glennie. Her husband, Philip, is an assistant coach on her team, and it's a great story that we'll talk more about here later on. But right now, the story has been what this offense for the Rustlers has done in hampering what this offense for the Hornets has done and hampering the Rustlers with a 23-13 lead. And here is Lopez. Played all 3 sets in their first meeting with the Rustlers. Laura going on 2. It was sniffed out by Schaefer. And there was Call going OTT. So we have reached set point. 24 serving 13. Short serve. Laura bump set, and flying out of the back row is Hennessy. Call was right there on the first contact. Outside set to Schaefer. Bombs away off the double block. And now well, this game should already be over, but there was a miscalculation from the scoreboard's perspective. And play continues, and you know what? Nicole Powers doesn't mind as she is able to unload from the outside and tally the kill. So 15 serving 24. Madison Holmes begins her approach. Serious speed on it, forces the overpass. And Powers says, I will take care of that. One of 3 sophomores here. Of course, it is sophomore night. They were all honored before this matchup. Holmes again, and this one drifting long. And so that will give the first set to the Hornets, 25-16. As they are able to get it done. Second set coming up next. You're watching Golden West Volleyball. Brian Fenley with you and our great crew here helping out with this broadcast behind the scenes. Fullerton coming into this match, averaging collectively a hitting percentage of 199. That is fourth best in the conference. Golden West, on the other hand, is hitting .085. That is second worst, just in front of Santiago Canyon, which is .077. Oh, and Irvine Valley hitting .341 on the year. Impressive stuff. Also, what has been impressive has been the play of Andrea Lopez, and she is at the service line to get us rolling in the second game. Serves to Holmes off of her platform, and there was some serious miscommunication going on. And it all results in a point, the first point of the second game, to the Hornets. Well, Holmes has been really strong offensively. She comes into this match with back-to-back matches with double figures for kills, but that doesn't help things. Yeah. The score should read 2-0, and now they will make the change. Lopez beginning her windup, and it falls in, diving in right in front of the baseline, right in area 1. And so a quick start from the get-go in the second game. 3-0. Lopez again goes at Lizama. Laura with a bump set to Powers, softly off the top of the block. Henderson mishit it and tried to hit it again back-to-back times. Obviously, you can't do that. And so it will lead to a point for Golden West. And speaking of Holmes, here she is. Has 12 aces on the season and has also amped up her play defensively. 8 out of the last 9 matches has hit, or has had, I should say, at least 10 digs. Another violation on the Hornet side. And another very powerful service stroke leads to an overpass. And Hennessy had an opportunity, and she just sent it long. Carly Ortega now, the 5'7" sophomore, runs up to the baseline. Serves at Lizama. Outside to Hennessy. She got dug, and off the overpass, Hennessy with the tap down. And her team gets to within 1. And so 4-3. And it will be Lizama with the serve. Poor first contact by Lopez. She sets her feet, fires from the back row. Holmes was right there. Bump set to Powers, and the sophomore, the 6-footer, is dug by Ortega. Henderson charges the net, and the nice up and scoop by Powers. Hennessy with the put away in the cross court for the score, and we are even at 4. And the home crowd liking what they're seeing here on sophomore night. Fullerton coming in with a 3-match winning streak. Golden West winning their last 2, their first winning streak of the year. And what a shot, what placement off the palm of Lauren Schaefer as that one tails inbounds for the kill. And that puts her team back in front. Serve goes to Holmes. Laura outside for Hennessy. Blocked back, and Holmes was right there for the scoop. Outside to Powers, and Henderson sprawls out. Combination attack. Schaefer's shot turned back. Henderson swinging away. Shallow set going all out of control underneath by, that was Mia Laura, who got caught up underneath the net. very entertaining play in this second game. But this program, Golden West, has not had the year they're wishing for, but they've had a lot of success. This is a decorated program. Last year they were 13-13. Powers is rebuked, stuffed on the outside. Longstreet getting in on the action there from the defensive perspective. 2 years ago, Golden West was 16-5. They lost in the second round of the SoCal Regional Playoffs. They've had a 19-6 record. They were 24-5 back in 2012, as Holmes is not able to gather that put away. Back in 2012, they lost in the state championship match. And this, of course, all under the tenure of head coach Bill Lawler. Started his first year with this program in 2009. Longstreet gets the pass from Case, and Longstreet apparently was awarded with a touch on the swing, as Hennessy thought that one did not pick up a touch, and she was going back there ready to serve. Schaefer then to serve to the perimeter. They look for Hennessy, and she staples it down. It will be Hennessy looking to serve it the Hornets' way, as Kendall Campos coming in, the 5'6" sophomore. A fireball of a serve from Hennessy. Case dishes it to Longstreet. Hennessy was there in the back row for the scoop. Shot from Holmes gets dug. Henderson with the swing, and it will be recorded as a kill. 9-6, Fullerton. For the Rustlers, they are coming off a win. They beat Saddleback in 5 sets. That one going off the hands of Campos for a Rustlers point. In that game against Saddleback, Golden West, 12 aces, 6 block solos. So not only were they doing it from the service line, but they have amped up their play from the defensive standpoint. And speaking of picking up play from the baseline, how about Juarez going high seam for the ace? Gets her team to within 1. Case on 2, knuckled over by Hennessy. What a play from the back row. And the touch. The dink shot settles in for a kill. Holly Call smartly saw an opening and gets the kill and puts her team back in front by 2. With Kaylin Case from the line. Peterson out there, passes to Holmes. That will be a line shot and a kill. Talking to Fullerton head coach Megan Glennie before the game, I asked her about what her teaching philosophy is and how she wants to coach her teams. Henderson scaling up in the air. She got way up there and another altitude and pummels it down. But Coach Glennie said, I want to coach the way I played. And she said, I was very vocal as a player in college, communicated a lot. And she wants that sort of mindset to be taken from her team. Lopez with the hammer. It's that constant coach who is always engaged. She says that she never really sits down during a match because she's so focused and wants to be right there for her team and energized. Sort of the mindset and the principles that she had as a player. Always talking, always the emotional spark plug on her team. She very much emphasizes being vocal out there. She said she wouldn't call herself intense, but felt that she was very engaging and wanted the rest of her team, her players now, to take in that as well. 12 serving 10. Lopez, the windup from the baseline. Lizama, the up. Outside to Powers and Henderson. And Call rising to the occasion with the shutdown. (13 serving 10). Just long off the palm of Lopez. Fullerton is second in the conference in blocks per set. They are actually tied with Riverside for second at 1.74. Now, as good as Irvine Valley is, and we mentioned that they are undefeated, 18-0, 14-0 in conference, they're only fourth place in the conference when it comes to blocks per set. What a diving save by Holmes, and then she will knock it across on the third contact. Henderson tried to knuckle it over with a unorthodox approach and can't clear the net. So the home team gets to within one. Holmes delivers an ace. We are even at 13. Holmes against Saddleback in the team's last match. 12 kills, 2 attacking errors, 61 tries, and she lets one go again from middle back. There was Schaefer. Called for a net violation. She was winding up with serious velocity. Golden West grabs the lead. Ortega, tight set. It will be bumped over free ball style to the Rustlers. A perimeter look for Powers. Pass outside to Schaefer off of Holmes. Lizama runs it down, and then it will be sent over by Mia Lara. Schaefer snapping it down. That one was up. Down the line goes Holly Hennessy. So effective with her shot making tonight, and what a read going down the line and the precision to keep that away from that defense. Another strong serve from Holmes. Backside set to Henderson. Off the block and out. So Henderson will tally the kill. We've said a lot about what she can do. 2 matches ago against Cyprus, 9 kills, hit .296, had 17 digs. Powers off the top of the block. Bump set, outside look for Lopez, and that one sinks in for a kill. And we are all square at 15 in this second game. If you're just joining us, Fullerton College took the opening frame, 25-16. There is Ortega from the service line. Bump set to Hennessy. She goes inside the double block. A net violation has been called. So the point goes to Golden West. Looking to end their season with a 3-match winning streak if they could take this one tonight. Henderson from off the net slugs it for the kill. And now she will backtrack to the service line. Had a match against Santiago Canyon this year where she hit 500. Middle set to Juarez. Off the hands of Ortega. And Jennifer Juarez with the nice finish. Juarez is coming off a performance against Saddleback, had 6 kills, 1 attacking error on 20 swings. Talk about multitasking. She also had 2 aces and 3 block solos. Sophia Peterson back in. Just a freshman. Going down the line to Lopez. Quick attack, and Longstreet with the put away. Longstreet against Golden West last time out had a forgettable experience. 2 kills, 11 attacking errors as Schaefer's serve goes out of bounds. Longstreet against Golden West in that match hit .091. Holly Hennessy, one of 3 sophomores on this team. Pass outside to Lopez, going half speed. That shot sails long. Off the palm of Amanda Laura, the freshman middle blocker out of Anaheim. The lead has been taken away, and again we are tied at 18. With Samaria Longstreet, who had a season-high 4 aces in a match against Ventura back in September. Outside look for Lopez. Peterson, the wherewithal to put it down on 2. That is fantastic court vision. Golden West regathers the lead. The stroke of the serve from Juarez, touched over by Call. Backside sets, pinballed around and returned, two-handed style by Lopez. Sets her feet, does Holmes. She gets blocked back. Now we'll have to bump it over. Back row set to Henderson. Popped up by Hennessy. Holmes with a rip. Tight set. Case high above the net and surfaces with the kill as she will meander her way back to the baseline. 19-19. Much tighter second game than what we saw in that first set. Kaylin Case, ace number 31 on the season for her. She came into this match averaging .41 aces per set, and that is now 9 straight matches with at least 1 ace. Pretty special stuff. And that's not how you want to serve receive. And that was one thing that head coach Bill Lawler talked about when I spoke to him before this match as far as his critical components to winning tonight. He laid it out there. He said, we have to be sound fundamentally in our serve receive, and if we're not, it's going to be very hard for us to try and win this. Well, they have found a way to hang in there in this second game. 21-19. It's a much better looking team than we had seen earlier in the year. There have been a lot of struggles for Golden West, but what you have to take into account is there have been a lot of injuries as well, and that certainly doesn't help their case. But they have really found something here late. And a lot of coaches, they don't necessarily believe in the whole momentum thing, like, okay, we finished strong one year and that's going to help us next year. But for the sake of the players who are coming back here and will be sophomores next year, it means a lot to them if they can win this game, because just to know that they can hang with some of the better teams in this conference gives them a lot of optimism in the offseason for what they could accomplish next year. Wins like this don't necessarily look bad when it comes to recruiting as well. So there is always so much on the line, and one game can mean a lot as far as what players feel like they fit into your program. Kaylin Case again from the line. Peterson ups it. Holmes knocks it over. Lopez shoving it into the block. She collided with the net, though. Automatic point for Golden West College. Mia Lara will come in, and so will Nicole Powers. We get that subbing done correctly, and then Powers will sub into the front line. So this is Mia Lara from the service line, a let serve. Ortega gets the first contact. Lopez trying to knuckle it over and just making a mess of things on their side of the net. Well, Mia Lara has quite the interesting avenue as to how she ended up here at Golden West, and we will talk more about that after this timeout. We are deadlocked at 21 in this second game between Fullerton and Golden West. (21-21) as Mia Lara will get back to the baseline and rear back to serve. Averaging .33 aces per set. Serves up a dandy, but a kill. No, that ball went off course, wide in the middle. They were trying to attack it in the middle and couldn't keep it in play. Here is Lara again. And that one sent long. Well, Lara did not expect to play college volleyball. That was certainly not on her mind as she finished up high school. But her club volleyball coach, Mike, who is on the staff here at Golden West, urged her to give it a shot. And after giving her a tour of the campus, Lara fell in love and said, why not? I have a lot of respect for Coach, and she took him up on that offer. And she leads her team in assists and aces, so she's done a lot of great things. Another timeout, 23-22. (23 for Fullerton and 22 for Golden West. The Hornets won set one. They are zeroing in on taking set two, but here come the Rustlers. They're not far from stealing this second game. They've got to do some good things, though, here as Holmes strikes one. And on the follow-through, she collided with the net, so a net violation will make it set point for the Hornets, trying to take a 2-0 lead. Lopez serves at Lizama. Lara the bump set, and then Powers just has to bump it over. Henderson drives the ball in the deep cross-court corner and putting an end to game number 2. 25-22, the Hornets are victors in game 2, and they will try to close things out against a pesky bunch on the other side of the net. Golden West will see if they can turn things around and extend this match and try to win it in 5 sets. They will need to do that as they are down 0-2. And what do you know? Golden West, their last 2 wins came via 5 sets. So do they have it in them again? We'll find out here in just a couple moments. Fullerton College taking the Fullerton College taking that second set. They also took set 1, but a strong effort from the Rustlers in that second game, just falling 25-22. They had at one point a 22-21 lead. Coach Bill Lawler for the Golden West Rustlers said not for his team to get so caught up in scores and results. It's all about for him effort, and I think he would be pretty pleased with the effort his team showcased in that second game. 1 serving none. Lopez from the service line, a one-hand set into the middle. Laura will knock it across. Diving for it was Ortega. And a double contact will be issued on the Hornets side, so we're all even at 1. Megan Glennie, head coach for Fullerton, just a year ago was working in advertising. Her first love is volleyball, but got so involved in the club scene in Fullerton that she was able to support herself enough where she was able to quit her corporate job and then follow her passion, which is volleyball, and get to coach with her husband, who is standing up there on the court with her right now. There is a kill on the outside, a perimeter look, and a strike for Lauren Schaefer, who is averaging 1.89 kills per set, but is only hitting on the year 176. Carly Ortega leading her team in digs at 3.76. Powers has to just nudge it across. Standing high in the air was Henderson, and the smash down unable to be corralled in the cross court by Mia Lara, the 5'7" freshman out of Fountain Valley, California. Henderson is someone you've got to find ways to double team, and that's been a struggle so far doing that for the Rustlers, as Henderson is second in the conference in kills per set, 4.2. Outside set to Hennessy, and is wayward on the shot. So a quick 4-1 lead for the Hornets here, who average 2.21 aces per set. That is third best in the conference. Backside set to Henderson, and thrusting one off the double block on the outside, and Henderson winning that 1-on-2 matchup. And you throw 2 blockers at her, you throw 3 blockers at her, and she still finds a way to come down with kills. Here was Powers winding up, and that one strays long. So not the start that Bill Lawler wanted, head coach for Golden West, and he will make a change out there. Sophia Peterson will return, and out goes Mia Lara. Now, Lara has been playing a lot of setter, while Peterson has been out the last couple of weeks with that ankle sprain. And again, this is just Peterson's first match back. She was cleared by doctors just this afternoon. Powers trying to put one down. Down ball, and a shot coming from Peterson. Now Henderson going high and crushes one. Golden West forced to take a timeout as they are enduring a 7-1 deficit here. Peterson dishes it outside for Hennessy. And that is a sweet connection as it falls right in front of Andrea Lopez. So that timeout, well timed by Golden West head coach Bill Lawler as he comes out with the kill. Now Case working quick set to Longstreet. Poor set by Lizama, sent over, and then Henderson cleans up the garbage and places it down. 8 serving 2. Henderson the other day against Cyprus, 27 kills, 63 attempts at 15 attacking errors. Longstreet will get the first contact here on the Hornet side, and then Schaefer just annihilates it. Squaring up into the cross court, and that one not coming back. Serve from Henderson. Peterson backside to Powers. Off the 2 hands of Longstreet. Here comes the Rustlers on the attack. Hennessy with the strike. Holly Hennessy, one of 3 sophomores, and when I asked her what she wants to do now that her 2 years are done at Golden West, her goal is to play club volleyball and attend Long Beach State. She says she has begun the application process and hopes that it all works out. Well, it has all been working out for Henderson offensively as she comes down with another kill. And the lead swells to 7, 10-3 in this 3rd frame. And to get you caught up on how things have gone, the Hornets took set 1, 25-16, and then they followed that up by taking set 2, 25-22. They scored the last 4 points of that second set to prevail. Hennessy going off the block and out. Well, as much success as Hennessy has had, she has never hit over 200 in a match this year. But what she has done so well is what she's been able to accomplish from the service line. 5 aces over her last 2 matches coming in. Lopez with the tough angle. The cut shot working. That was not an easy shot when you think about where she was and where she intended that ball to go. 11-4. Samaria Longstreet winding up from the line. Peterson pushing it outside. This is Holmes. Her shot will be returned. Case thrusting it across the net on 2. And the setter dump works for Kaylin Case, who is averaging 1.21 kills per set. And don't discount what she can do from the service line. Had 3 aces against Saddleback. 3 aces also against Irvine Valley College. But Longstreet deals one into the net there for the service error. And so Jennifer Juarez steps up. Lopez right at Juarez. Bump set. Back courts. Hennessy drives it into the net. Well, Hennessy holds a lot of optimism, and she really wants that to trickle out to her teammates. And when I asked her where she kind of got that from, and she said it was her father. Her father has instilled this level of positivity, and so she carries herself on the court. No matter what's happening out there, you'll always see a smile on her face. This is Case. And she directs it right in front of Lizama for the ace. That is Case's second ace. She had 2 aces as well against Riverside in the Hornets' last match, which they ended up winning. Case, another strong serve, and now Powers will just have to pass it across into the area of 6. Lopez with the send across. Outside look, and it's worked off the block and out. Holmes gets the kill. Mia Laura now will come in and will look to slap it across. Talking a lot about how she has really become more aggressive from the service line, but her stint from the line won't last very long when Amanda Henderson is in the game, as she just crushes one. The lead balloons to double digits as Lopez begins her approach. Laura behind the head, Holmes off the net, and a scoop by Case. Pass to Henderson off the double block. Pinballed around and unable to be cleared over the net. Point Rustlers. They're within 9. They were so close in that second game. Had at one point 22-21 lead, but then they surrendered the last 4 points. Quick attack in the middle for Call. Hennessy driving it down the line, forcing the poor contact the tight set, and nobody was underneath the net able to make a play. The sophomore from Huntington Beach. Schaefer squares up. 4 contacts, as that one did not get over the net. Last match at home for Golden West was on October 24th. They lost that to Riverside. Powers, the solo stuff against Amanda Henderson. 6 feet, shutting down 5'8", and not only 5'8", but the second best attacker in the conference. Powers did a great job. This time, though, unable to get there in time as Henderson loads up and splits that double block. Call will come out, and Longstreet will reinsert herself into the front row. 17 serving 10. Here comes the serve from Ortega. Powers one-hands it up outside the antenna. So that, by virtue, will be an automatic point for the Hornets, who are trying for the sweep. Not a great contact from Holmes on the first time. Bumped over to Ortega. Case, middle look, and denied was Longstreet. We are seeing some clinical blocking for Golden West here. And there's no better way to document their improvement on the blocking front than what they're doing in the stats and what they're also doing from the service line, as Lizama comes up with an ace. And the lead shrinks to 6. 12 serving 18. Case, high and away to Schaefer. Upped by Laura. And Lizama bumps set in tight to Powers. And again, the passing wasn't fluid. It wasn't on point. And that will favor the Hornets as they take the point. And now own a 19-12 lead, with Amanda Henderson back there, who just came up with her second service error. Nicole Powers with the serve on the other side. They feed Henderson. What a dig and save by Holmes. She will bump it over. Henderson just misread it and wasn't expecting it. Another strong serve from Powers forces the overpass. Juarez had a shot at it, went right back to the Golden West side, and then Hennessy can't get it over the net on the shot from off the net. And it's 20-14. Well, Coach Lawler for Golden West, he talked about the keys to winning. He said it's all about playing consistent, keeping the errors to a minimum, doing a good job in serve receive, and getting the Hornets out of system. Well, attacking errors have been a problem for the Hornets as they surrender a point back to Golden West. Kendall Campos will check back into the backcourt. And the strike from Hennessy goes at Henderson. On two was Case, going right past Juarez at the net for the dump and the kill. Call replacing Schaefer in the front row. Serve from Longstreet. Set back row look from Hennessy. Case will punch it across. Now Juarez will two-hand it into area 5. Lopez off the pass from Case, and Lopez with the put away. 22-15. Coach Lawler takes a timeout, looking for solutions late and trying to prolong this match. Can he do it? The team is within 3 points of dropping in straight sets. We'll see if they can turn things around here right after this timeout. Fullerton has a 3-match winning streak, and they're looking for their 4th win in a row. They are 3 points away from making that happen. Longstreet awaits the signal, and now will begin her approach from the line. Serves at Hennessy. Lara feeds Holmes, and there's a nice connection as Holmes just devours that set. The lead shrinks to 6. Juarez with the serve. Kaylin Case dishing it to Lopez. The dink shot. Nice save in middle right from Holmes. Upped by Lara. From her knees was Powers. And then a swing from Hennessy. Chaos on the Hornets side. Middle attack is dug by Henderson, who sprawls out one-handed style. Tip shot from Holmes is red. Lopez sets her feet. Now Holmes just annihilates it. Beautiful passing and working out a system for the Rustlers. Juarez off of Henderson. Campos diving after it. Juarez with the serve. Back row set to Henderson, right at Powers. The overpass. Can the Hornets capitalize? Outside to Lopez. She is dug in area 6. Then two-handed over by Hennessy. Now Case dishes outside to Lopez. Holmes right into that block, and that block got the best of her. 23-18. Holmes is playing some of her best volleyball. She had 12 kills against Saddleback the other day, and before that, had a season-best 18 kills, which came in a 5-set win against Santa Ana. Serve from Case. Here is Hennessy again. Right at Case. Lopez squaring up into the cross court. Lizama was there. Holmes, wrist away for the kill. 4-point edge now for the Hornets. With Mia Lara back at the service line. Has really worked at her serve in practice, she has said. Case, the blatant double contact. Get whistled every time. 23-20. 2-0 lead for Fullerton. Lara, the offering from the baseline. Outside to Henderson. Just clubs it right in front of Hennessy. Schaefer coming back in, exiting his Campos. Lopez for match point. Laura sets up Holmes. And the finish from Holmes. Still set point and match point, as Golden West will have to fight off 3 more match points. Serve coming from Holmes. One-handed stab by Case on the second contact. Powers gets her shot blocked back. Laura was right there. Bump set, Powers knocks it across. Now Case, backside, Henderson, no one there down the line, and that will do it. As Henderson with the slam, sealing a 3-set win for the Hornets. They win it 25-21 in that third frame and pick up their 15th win of the season for the Rustlers. That ends a 2-match winning streak, and they drop to 6-15. We will step aside for just a moment, but we will have a post-match interview with a high-performing Golden West player. So don't go anywhere. We're going to have that for you here in just a minute. looking at me? You want me to get in the camera? Okay. Here with Holly Hennessy, and Holly, this was maybe not the sophomore night you wanted as far as the result is concerned, but there was a lot of battling late. It seemed like you guys were right there. What are some of the positives you can take from the way you fought and kept your guys in reach in sets 2 and 3?
Well, pretty much all we were thinking was just keep together as a team. That's like the most important thing. Like, no matter the score, no matter like friendships on the team, just make sure that we're all just staying together and being positive and picking each other up when we're down.
You mentioned in the pregame about that positivity, and when you think about your time kind of coming to an end as far as what this experience was like for you, why will you look back at it with a smile on your face?
Definitely the friendships. This team is one of like the closest teams I've ever been on, and we all work so well together in practice, off of practice, on the court, and I'm definitely going to miss them a lot, and plus the coaches too. So.
But this won't be the last time you play volleyball, right? Tell us your next steps to extending your career.
So as of right now, I'm going to apply to Long Beach State and try out for the club team and see where that goes, but I don't want to stop. I want to keep playing for as long as I can.
A love of volleyball that will live on, and thank you so much, Holly, for joining us. And Holly Hennessy with us, Golden West on sophomore night, losing a tough one, but Hennessy really performed well. Holly, of course, it's been fun. Yeah.
All right. Good job.
Hey, are you on Insta? Do you do the Instagram thing?
I don't.